So, let's check it out. We got Never Summer in the top. Oh, getting those location hotkeys. We like to see it. We like to see it. Good luck, have fun. Okay, I see you. This is fine. S opener is completely fine, especially if you're facing a lot of early lanes. So like your two options you have early game are you either go Nexus first, or you go Gateway into 19, into 19 expand, and don't love the double gate opener right off the bat. I don't like it. I feel like you just don't get far enough ahead most often. Most of the time you don't get very far ahead, especially on a big map like this, right? Like maybe on a map like I just think you're putting yourself too far behind. Like you should just be taking an expansion on 19 in my opinion. Because like with a build like this, you're trying to get some damage done, and we'll see. We'll see. Maybe if you go 3-4 pool, you can get some damage done. But then you still have 3-4 pool, and then the queens come up, and they kind of shoot you back. And then it feels like you might fall behind when you open double gate. We had a replay like this before, and I just would recommend going expansion and then cybernetics score, and not go for this double gate. But we'll see what you do if you put pressure into this. So our Nexus is a little bit late, as we can see. It should in an ideal world, you'd go Gateway on 15 like you did, or right after Pylon on like 16, right when you did. Then Assimilator on 17 like you did, and you did it right. You weren't mining gas. But then you should have not gone for this Gateway and just expanded on 19. Because like even just doing this small thing, it will just slow up all your everything, right? He doesn't even scout you, right? He's not going 3-4 pool. Or is he going 3-4 pool? So this is like the best case scenario for your build, and we'll see. Like it shouldn't get much damage done anyway. But we'll see. We'll see. So you're really just committing to this, getting gas kind of late. Yeah. So my biggest issue here is just you're putting yourself so far behind economically. Look at this. We're up 2 workers, and he's open 3 hatch for 4 pool. Like you should be up like 5-6 workers right now before he starts kicking in, right? You don't have warp gate started. You're just doing things too early. Just doing it too early. And your economy just won't be good enough. Okay. So, the way you're trying to do the adept build, right? You're trying to this was Never Summer's attempt. You're trying to do the 4-gate adept pressure off of 2 bases. So the way this build goes is you should restart your opener. You should go Nexus, 14 Pylon, 15/16 Gateway, once the Pylon finishes. 17 Nexus, don't start mining it. Then 19 Nexus. And then once the Nexus goes down, you put in the gas, you take your cybernetic score. That should be your next course of action. That'll be about 21 supply. I'll take your cybernetic score, 20-ish supply. So 19 Nexus. Your 18th probe that comes out should be rallied down to your natural. That's a good way to remember. You can rally it down and then put your Nexus. It's about right for the timing. And then, so this is what happens. So, and then it goes 1 gate, and then Twilight, and then 3 gateways. So, yeah. Like, your adept's going to be so late compared to your 4 gates here. Like, it should be 1 gate, Twilight Council, instantly chronoing adept, the adept upgrade, and then 3 gateways, right? And you could have done your 3 gateways down here, stuff like that. So we are seeing you're just going to have no real economy. And he does get the complete scout on you, because you've opened like this. You open 3 adepts. I would rather to see, try to get a wall down here as well. Because you can't really stop the scouting. I do think skipping the Mothership Core is fine when you do a build like this, but see this, you're already down 13 workers. The game is almost already over, right? He's making his Roach Warren already, and he might just be getting aggressive with this, but like you're down so much economy. Just look at the economy tab right now. You're just getting so destroyed this early in the game. It shouldn't be happening. Now, your depths are fast, right? 4 depths, but you don't have Glaive even near completion, right? And your Warp Gate, you have 4 depths to try to do all the cutting you've done. And I think, honestly, from this point on, I don't even need to really watch the rest of the game. I will watch the rest of the game, but this is where the game is ended. Like when you play your next game on your next PvZ, when you want to just build again, on whatever map you want to do it again, you should try to consider, just kind of scrapping most of the parts in the other game, because like the early game leads to a lot of it. I would go Gateway, remember Nexus. Your second pylon could be down here, or second pylon could be down here. Wall off, Twilight up here. It should be Gateway, Twilight, and then 3 gateways. Okay. This is just you're cutting too much. You should be trying to make a bunch of probes. You should have at least 12 to 16 probes. While you're attacking. That's what should be happening. You should have about 12 to 16 probes here. And like by the time you start attacking, the adept upgrade should be done. You do a warp in and then you do a warp in, and your adept upgrade should be done, and you should be going. So you basically need to kill him here. So now look, he makes all these units, and you just have nothing because your economy is too far behind, right? You're down now. You're only down 5 workers because you did get some worker kills, but you're just already down so much. Like this just delayed you so much because think about how you open. Let's just go jump back to the beginning real fast. And it's like I know it's scary. You don't want to expand super quick, but I look at this and it's like why? Why did you do all this, right? You could have gotten your Nexus out so much faster. I just want to relive this real quick with you. Double gate. You open double gate and you do no initial pressure with it, right? You didn't go double gate adept. There was no real reason to get the double gate, the cybernetics core, and this gas, and start mining all this all before you take your Nexus, right? Because it just slows down everything. You can get all this done after you take your Nexus, and with much better economy, and then you can take a 3rd base. So this is your biggest issue: is you go for this. It should just be one gate into the Nexus, into the cybernetics core, into the Twilight, into the 3 more gateways. You know, maybe put them down here, put 1 gateway up here, and then you know, 2 rounds here and warp out. Or you could have your 4th gateway proxied out somewhere, and then just get ready to go with it. I would try to relook at the build order, man. You just gotta try to get too much done, right? Because you make the Twilight, but you never actually even, you know, this is kind of wasted as well because you never even use the Glaive Adept. So yeah, that's my opinion on this game. I'm not sure if you're still here in Eversummer, but I plan on uploading this to at least my Twitch, maybe even YouTube. But that's the biggest thing in the opener. Like the rest of the game, you know, the last 5 minutes doesn't really matter to me because it's where you got here. You should really be focusing on the early game, and you're just putting yourself at such a disadvantage. You know, really delaying your tech, delaying your mining, you know, and not even hitting the timing with the Glaive Adept like you want to be hitting it with. So that's your biggest issue here. And you don't have any pylons in the front for the overcharge, right? So maybe work on trying to start walling. And it's like, yeah, you have this, but you know, there's so many roaches and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna watch the rest of this game because to me, it doesn't really matter what happens in the rest of this game, right? It's all about that opener. Fix the opener, then get to a new mid game that, you know, it might be new for you, right? You'll be like, oh wow, I'm floating 500 minerals, you know, 600 minerals, and it's like, wow, this is really weird. But it's just, you know, you're not used to those type of mid games as much, you know, with more economy. Hopefully you should have more economy. You should have 12 to 16 workers while you're attacking, and then that's when you take your 3rd because you got so much mining. You're not mining those gases that you're natural. Yeah, that was right. You're not mining your gas that you're natural when you do this build. And you take a 3rd, and then you go robo. So yeah, I hope that helped, man. Hope that helped.